Before we begin, I want you to think of someone like this. Or maybe this is you. If it is, share this with them. They'll understand it in a way most people won't. There are people who, when they hear, "Let's go out tonight," don't feel excited. They feel tired. Not physically tired, mentally tired. It's not that they hate people. It's not that they're antisocial. It's just that the idea of getting dressed, stepping outside, forcing conversations, smiling on cue, feels like work. And the strange part? They were already okay. Perfectly okay, just sitting at home. While others chase noise, movement, and excitement, these people choose silence. And not the lonely kind, the peaceful kind. The kind where time slows down, where there's no pressure to respond, react, or impress. Just you existing. Now, let's get something clear. This is not agoraphobia. This is not depression. This is choice. A quiet, consistent decision. I'd rather be here than anywhere else. Psychology calls this a home-centered orientation, but in simple terms, it's a person who has built a life where their own company is enough. And that doesn't happen by accident. It's built, usually very early. Picture this. A child walks into an empty house after school. No one's home. No, how was your day? No noise, no structure, no guidance. Just silence. At first, that silence feels heavy, but over time, something changes. That child learns to fill the silence. They create their own routines, their own entertainment, their own sense of comfort. And without realizing it, they discover something most people never fully learn. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely. That realization becomes a foundation. Because when you grow up like that, home stops being just a place. It becomes your world, your safe zone, your control center, the one place where you don't have to perform. And that word matters, perform, because for many people, the outside world feels like a stage. Think about it. The smile when you meet someone, the "how are you" that doesn't really mean anything, the forced interest in conversations you don't care about. It's subtle, but constant, and it drains you. Not all at once, but slowly. Now, imagine someone who sees through all of that, someone who recognizes that most interactions are rehearsed, predictable, surface level. They start asking themselves, why am I doing this? Why am I pretending? Why am I spending energy on something that doesn't feel real? So, they stop. Not completely, but selectively. They choose when to engage and when not to. And most of the time, they choose not to. Because at home, there's no script, no expectations, no need to be on. You can sit in silence without explaining it. You can think without interruption. You can exist without being watched. And that brings us to something deeper: control. Outside, you control almost nothing. Traffic, noise, people, delays, awkward encounters. Anything can happen. But at home, everything is yours. The light, the temperature, the sounds, the pace of your day. Even your energy stays protected. For someone who values that control, leaving the house doesn't feel exciting. It feels like surrender. And here's something most people misunderstand. People who prefer staying home aren't weak. They're not socially incapable. In fact, many of them are highly capable. They've just optimized their lives. They've figured out how to meet their needs without unnecessary stress. Need food? Delivered. Need work? Remote. Need connection? Chosen carefully. They don't avoid the world because they can't handle it. They avoid it because they don't need it. And maybe the most powerful part of all this, They don't need validation. They don't need to prove they're living a good life. No posting, no showing off, no performing happiness for others, because their satisfaction is internal. While the world says, go out, be seen, do more, show more, they quietly ask, what if this is enough? What if peace is better than stimulation? What if silence is better than noise? What if being alone is not a problem, but a privilege? And suddenly, everything shifts, because now staying home doesn't feel like missing out, it feels like choosing yourself. So, the next time someone says, you never go out, understand this. They're not stuck, they're not broken, they're not hiding. They've just discovered something rare. How to be completely okay without needing the world to confirm it. And maybe that's not something to fix. Maybe that's something to learn. If this felt familiar or reminded you of someone, share it with them. And if you want more videos like this, real, honest, and a little deeper than usual, make sure you like and subscribe, because sometimes the quietest minds have the most to say.